What's going on? You're here with Chef Phil and a family cooking. We are about to make a 2-layer, 9-inch rosette cake. So, it seems to be what people are loving. This is like my 4th or 5th time making this particular cake. So I'm going to put a little bit of icing on the bottom. That's just to hold on the cake to hold. Alright, and I already pre-made my chocolate cake. Put that right in the middle. Alright. Take some icing. And we'll just... Let me get some other tools real quick. Alright, so I'm just going to take it, grab a little bit more on these edges. Alright, so we got our inside. How's that looking? It's looking a little bit lumps in the middle, so let me add a little bit more to just the edges. Alright, how we looking? Alright, I like that. Let's go second layer now. We already made it. It is a Dutch chocolate cake. So we're going 2 layers of Dutch chocolate cake. Then we're taking our French Vanilla Buttercream, and I made it pink. I added the pink to the actual vanilla, and then I was able to, without melting the butter, I was able to just blend that in. I always pre-freeze my cakes because they stay so nice and moist. Alright, so that was the top of the cake, which it looks pretty flat, but it's not. But the bottom is always flat. So for the top of the cake, I always put it because I know the top is always flat. And now I just got to make sure that the thing is flat. Let's see. And because my cake is like frozen almost, I can just, I could play with this thing and it ain't gonna crumble or nothing. Alright, I like how that looks. Now we're gonna hit it with another layer. But first, let me hit up these insides. So what I'm doing now, I'm just gonna put a little crumb coating over, so it doesn't matter if there's crumbs all over it. I'm gonna put a little crumb coating on and then put it right back in. But let me fill in. And you got to fill it in, otherwise you'll get these air bubbles, and nobody wants air bubbles because then it'll pop and it won't look all pretty. Alright, so I just filled in the middle. Remember, this is crumb coating, so it doesn't matter if we get any crumbs on it, because I'm going to put it right back in. Let's put some right on the top here. And honestly, with this rosette cake, you can get away with murder because it doesn't really even need to be all smooth, because I'm going to put rosettes all over it. So, but here at a family cooking, we got our own standards. So, just so you see, I made some delicious. I got a whole big old 5 quarts of this. Well, it's a 5-quart container, maybe 3 quarts. I made. Alright, so we're just putting a nice little quick crumb coating. If you're ever making a cake and you don't have one of these spinning things, I mean, it just makes it so easy. Does anybody know what they call these spinny things? I know it's not called spinny things. Turntable, 2 turntables, and a mic. Alright, so now I'm just going to take this, just kind of go from the bottom to the top. Alright, so we got the sides looking nice. Let me take this away so I can see. Yeah, we got the sides looking nice. One thing I can do with this is I could take this, and I have some excess, you see, so I take the spatula and I just hold it, and I turn the Alright, we can get back to the thing that we were doing. We were just putting a nice little crumb coating. We call it crumb coating because in case if any of the cake gets into the icing, that's what's called crumbs. So if we put a little crumb coating on and then we finish it, it won't matter if you see crumbs because it's just the first coating. How we looking? I think it's looking pretty good. We'll just flatten this real quick. Alright, so actually let me just flatten this real quick. Alright, let me show you what we got here. Got us a nice flat little cake, flat sides. All right, we're back. All right, so it doesn't need to be all smooth, but damn, I don't even see any crumbs. I'm gonna put this in the cooler real quick. Oh, sorry, I should rotate the thing. I'm gonna put this in the cooler real quick. It gets hard, and then I can smooth it out and finish with the rosettes. Will this fit inside the whole thing, or will I have to just... Alright, that works. Alright, so while that's going on, while I put that in there to harden up so I can smooth, I got my piping bag. I put this here so it stays, it's a little wet. Alright, so I'm going to take my piping bag. We're going to put a coupler in a thing. So we take the coupler, we put that in. We need to cut more on this piping bag. Let's see. Yeah, I think that'll work good. Then we put the tip that we're going to use today, and then we put that on. Alright. Alright, so we got that. I don't know if you hear in the background, but my daughter's listening or watching the movie Descendants. I don't know if you're familiar, she loves it. Alright, so I'm going to fill this up. Is it crazy I know all the words to the song, or what? Alright, so he's going to take it. Alright, so we want to fill it. We don't want to fill it too much. We can always refill it. But you want a good amount. I think that's good. And now I'll take it. I got these cool rubber bands where I just take this. Let's see if I can show you. And you just wrapped around, and you see that little thing? Well, I take this and I stick that through the hole, and then I just pull, and that's what makes it tight. You see that? This little thing. So anyways, then I just pull down on that. Alright, the good thing about a cooled cake is it doesn't take long. Bring this back. Bring it back. Bring it back. You want to see it, Julia? Look at it so far. Pretty good, right? Okay, go watch your movie. You've only seen 100 times. Alright, so we can get some warm water. Alright, whenever you're spreading, warm water is your best friend. So I'm just going to spread this nice, although it looks nice. Look, I'm doing rosettes. I don't even need to do all this, honestly, but we'll just make it look all pretty. Alright, I think that looks good on the sides. Let's see how the top will be. Okay. So we got that. Now we need to smooth out the top. So I'm just smoothing out the top. It's because I just took it out of the cooler that is able to do that like that. If that wasn't just in the cooler, I wouldn't be able to do all that. Alright, so you can see I got a couple levels on it. It's actually a little in the middle, but let me show you. Now we're going to put rosettes all over it. Alright. We got our piping bag. Actually, let me clean this real quick. So I'm basically just holding my finger there and letting the thing turn on its own. Alright, I like that. I'm with this. Alright, so as of now, it's just basically a piping game. We're going to test out one of our, make sure it comes out good. How do we look? Oh, I think that looks pretty. Let's see, can you see that? So we're just going to put those all over the cake. Alright. Alright, I gotta hold this better.
It Rosie looks nice, Daddy.
Don't get so close. I need some air.
That Rosette cake looks delicious.
The trick is you can't push in. When I push in, then they look smushed. When I do it right, they look good. Alright, so that's the first layer. Now I'm going to go second layer. Okay, love you. Alright, I think I'm going to need some more icing. I can get one more out of this. Alright, let me fill the bag. That's where we're at right now. I still get all nervous, even to this day, whenever I make this thing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, I got this all over my hands. Which is okay, but then when I'm holding it, it's going to be all greasy, and I don't want that. So try to keep the bag not wet, not greasy, otherwise it's going to be harder to make all the nice roses. Alright, so I take that, and then I just pull that. Got it. Alright, let's keep on going here. Where was I? Which way? Yeah. Last one was good. Alright, so we got the top layer going on. Now I'm going to start here. This is a lot easier once you get it on the top. Let's see if I'm good enough to show you and do it at the same time. What do you think? That's my rosette cake. Now I'm going to do little dots here.
Ooh.
To fill in. There we go. Alright, so now I'm just going to fill in some little, nice little things where the holes would be. Alright, let me put this the other way, because I got to do some little things here and there. I think that looks pretty good. Alright, what do you think? It's my rosette cake. Alright, that's a rosette cake.